Underwriting for the Money Doctor Show is provided by Ryan and Casey Liquors, Main Street, Greenfield. Exploring the world one glass at a time. Weld Communications, Marketing and Publicity. Helping businesses spread the word in the Pioneer Valley and beyond. www.weldwords.com.
There's a better life if I could be debt-free, but all my money is a mystery. I was feeling overwhelmed and it was wearing thin when I knocked on the door and heard the doctor's in. Oh, the doctor's in, the doctor's in. She got the right prescription to help you win. Oh, the doctor's in, the money doctor's in.
Money Doctor Show. I'm Dr. Frances Rayham, president of Power Down Debt, a positive debt management company. We're on location here today in downtown Turners Falls, Massachusetts, at Gary's Coins and Antiques. Shops like this are a bit of a clown's pocket. You never know quite what you'll find inside. So let's go in and check it out and meet the owner, Gary Konbelski.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you, Gary?
Good. Good.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
It's toasty in here.
It's nice, yeah. It's cold outside.
One of the things I love about this shop is whenever I come in, there's a huge variety of things. You have giant gasoline signs, huge record books that are larger than I am, and little tiny trinkets like this daily dime bank. So what is it that appeals to you about something when you find it at an auction or when someone comes in to sell it?
I think it's mostly unusual. You know, anything that's unusual, anything that's unique, anything that I haven't seen before. I've never seen these books before.
I've never seen these books. Tell me about these record books.
They came in the shop. A gentleman came in. He had like 300 of them, and I bought a few of them just because they were unique. Some of them date back to the World War II, so there's a lot of information about World War II in them. And I had some from the 1800s.
Wow. So before microfilm, this is how they kept records?
This is how they stored in the libraries, yep.
Now, this has to be the coolest thing in your shop. At least I think it's the coolest. Well, maybe not. The ray gun thing in the front we're going to get a shot of. The Daily Dime Bank. It's we'll get a close-up of it, but it's this little clown bank. And you put a dime a day in the back of it. There's a little slot right here. And it tells you the day of the week on it. And when you put the dime in, like right now it says Thursday, and it tells you it has $1.10 in it. And when you put the dime in, wait, Gary, you put the dime in.
Go ahead.
Push it?
Yep.
I'm afraid to break it. Okay. When you put the dime in, now it will tell you it's Friday, and it has $1.15 in it. When it gets to $5, it opens automatically.
I started in coins, and one of the reasons I was working at an auction company.
Yeah.
And I knew nothing about coins, and I bought this roll of Indian head pennies at the auction, thinking that they were worth a lot of money. Well, when I went to a coin dealer the next day, they were worth pretty much nothing.
That's how we all started with Indian coin pennies.
I went to a coin shop and I said, give me some coins because I'm going to put them in an auction. So they gave me a bunch of stuff I paid like $100 for, and they brought like $300 at the auction. So
wow.
That's where I started. And then I went and bought a nice coin and bought some other stuff for the auction and just kept that going, which started my collection.
What was the first coin you bought? Besides the Indian head pennies, the nice coin, what was that? Do you remember?
The first coin I bought was actually a $5 gold piece.
Was it?
Yeah.
And do you remember what you bought it for?
I bought it for $80. Yeah.
And do you still have it?
No.
No, you sold it.
Yeah.
And made a profit.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've been collecting and trading since the 90s?
Since the 90s, right.
All right. And any idea how many coins you have in your portfolio now?
Ooh, thousands.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Do you have some favorites?
I do have some favorites. I have, these are what they call slab coins. They're certified by, there's actually 3 major companies in the United States that certify coins. PCGS,
okay,
NGC,
yep,
and Annex. This was the first company that started grading coins. Most of your high dollar coins that are worth millions of dollars go through these companies. And this is one of my favorites, the Standing Liberty Quarter.
We'll get close-ups of these
Yeah.
too. And this is, what is the price on this? $225?
Yeah, it's
And it's a quarter.
uncirculated.
And it's
But it's
uncirculated.
uncirculated.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's never been put into circulation. It's got a grade of MS62, which uncirculated coins go from 60 to 70. There's 10 grades for uncirculated coins.
So this is like a wine rating of 93.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncirculated goes from 1 to 60 or to 59.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And what year is this coin?
That one is
Oh, 1930. Sorry,
1930.
1930.
Yep.
Wow. This is amazing.
And that
So-
was probably pulled out of an original roll of quarters and then sent to the grading company to be graded.
And who buys these? How do you market these?
Coin
coins?
collectors
Yeah.
come in, they coins have never gone down in price over the years.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I hear.
I can show you books back from the 60s and 70s where this coin probably sold for $40-50.
Huh.
And now, over a period of time from the early 1900s all the way through, they've never gone down in price.
Tell me about this nickel that looks coppery colored. Why is that?
This is a 1954 nickel. It's just it's called toning.
Yeah.
Coins tone. They have a little copper in it, so it's going to have like a patina to it. A lot of silver coins will tone, like these quarters we were just looking at. If you look here, there's some toning on the coin. And those actually will enhance the value because coin collectors will never buy a clean coin.
Yeah, you see the age on these, right?
Right, you
Yeah.
see the age on them. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You have a slab of silver.
10 ounce. This is bullion.
A 10-ounce bullion. Yeah.
Right, this is 999 fine silver.
Can I hold it?
Yep.
It's incredible because it's so small. The weight of it feels like I'm holding a lead brick.
Yeah. I wish I had a 100-ounce one because they do
Really?
look like a loaf of bread.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what is the value on this?
The value on this is basically $2 over silver price.
Okay,
So
moving
if
with
silver
the market.
if silver price is $19.50, it would be $21.50.
Okay.
This is Canadian maple leaf, 1 ounce, and it's $9.99 pure gold, and it's a 1 ounce coin.
And I get to hold it? Wow.
You get to hold it.
It may only be 1 ounce, but it's quite heavy.
Yeah,
It feels heavy.
they make
Because
great
it's
necklaces.
concentrated. Great, I bet they
Put
do
it in a
make great
bezel.
necklaces. Sure. So, well, that's a nice gift for
Yeah.
sure.
I'd like you to see this one.
Okay.
This is my oldest coin,
This is your oldest coin. Wow. It certainly is.
1723,
Wow.
and it's a colonial
I
coin.
can't believe you're letting me hold it even in the package.
It's a colonial coin.
It's
So,
amazing.
It's
I've never
amazing.
seen one of these.
Our forefathers held that. That's
Yeah.
what's
It gives
what's
you the
amazing
chills.
about coins, because you don't know who. I mean,
This really does give you chills because that's exactly what you see men in colonial costume.
right. This is Washington's farewell address to the people of the United States. Certifies that Mr. Benjamin Brown of Royalston is regularly admitted a member of the Washington Benevolent Society of Royalston, instituted June 18th, 1812.
Very cool.
I mean, I know they're not really rare.
Well, 1813. Just the fact that it's all signed and has the script in it.
All right, this is one of my favorite bills from the Crocker National Bank of Turner's Falls.
Oh, I meant to ask you about this. You had some things on display at a local bank.
Right.
In March of this year, I think, right?
Greenfield Savings, I've done a couple of displays, one in Turner's and one in Amherst.
Wow.
Now this is what they call a national currency note.
Look at this. Crocker National Bank, Turner's Falls.
Every bank
Okay, and then we have the Crocker building over here and all that.
and every bank in America had their own money made. Every bank.
Amazing.
And then
Wow.
when they went from the large bill to the smaller bill,
Right. Wow, look at the size
and
difference.
that's still has
The Crocker National Bank in the upper left-hand
Turner's
corner.
Falls.
Yep. These are beautiful. How old are these?
This one's 1912, and this is 1929.
Wow. They're in great condition. Gorgeous. Do you trade many bills?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Graduating exercises, Greenfield High School, held at the Opera House, Thursday evening, June 21st. I wondered what year it was until I could see up here, 1883. This thing is in perfect condition. Where did you find it?
It was found in a book.
In a book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Beautiful. At 8 o'clock. Not 8:00,
Right.
8 o'clock.
O'clock.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you. Uh-oh. It has a chime. I didn't know it had a chime. Oh dear. Oh man. Listen to that. Oh, I love it. Yeah, this clock might have to come home with me. I love this clock.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And the age of this?
1800s.
1800s. Wow. And here we are, opening and closing the door
Yeah.
and winging the hand around a little bit. Wow.
No, it's.
Can you make
it's
it
a
chime
working
one more
clock.
time for us?
Sure.
On the half hour and on the hour.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you, I thought the fish lighter was cool, but the clock's got it all over the fish lighter. Look at the smoke from it, little poof. Great. Yep, that clock might have to go home with me, Gary. Fabulous clock. So when I asked you about your ultraviolet ray gun, this is what I was talking about. What is this thing, Master Violet Ray number 11?
These were electric like quackery. They
Quackery, I
were.
love that word.
Yeah, they were a fix-all. If you had a headache,
A headache?
you would
Jeez.
plug this in, plug it into the wall, and electricity and stuff would go through here and
Yeah.
fix your headache.
I would be afraid to tell anybody
Yeah.
I had a headache in case they used this on me.
Or like a massage wand if you had,
No
kidney
kidding.
problems.
Wow.
Yeah.
So before ionizers, today's quackery or whatever they're
Yeah.
called, right? Maybe
Yeah.
they're legit. This is
Yeah.
how people did this stuff.
Right. And these were sold, they were sold and people bought them thinking they would work.
And you bought this because it made you laugh?
Oh yeah, I love
yeah.
stuff, crazy stuff like this. And this is not the first one I've had in my shop. I've had others, and
What is this piece?
that's what actually plugs into the. You'll hold that,
Yeah. Okay. I'll
and
hold
then
this.
that would plug into there,
Oh.
and then this would plug into the wall.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Okay. And what's this third thing here?
just
Who knows?
different
Attachment.
apparatuses for different
I'll
things.
give that back to you. That's just
I wish I had the instruction
that's
booklet on
very
it.
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, the instruction booklet would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah. The last one I did actually have the instruction.
Master Violet Ray number 11.
Yeah.
You got it all. Okay. Tell us about the certificate and this lamp.
This came from the Ted Williams estate. It's got the certificate of origin, where the lamp came from, and this sat in his home, Ted Williams' home.
Can we turn it on? Does it
Yeah.
work? Will you show us?
It's beautiful, yeah.
Oh yeah, it is beautiful. Lovely.
A.B. Fine set a single sign, I passed your house today. I saw your heaven kiss your wife, you sure can love, I'll say. Said Finkelstein to A.B. Fine, such funny words.
This is the original Edison. This was the first model out. This was 1800s.
Wow. This is what
used-
those cylinders played on.
This is what the cylinder would go on this cylinder. There was a reproducer which I don't have, it broke. But there's a little motor in there that runs off a spring, and
Oh, I hear it.
you can actually
Yep.
hear it run.
Yep.
and it would come in a cylinder.
Oh. Yep. And is it wax? Can I touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Very smooth. Huh. And so each one of these little grooves that we can barely see, is that how it worked? That's where the sound was?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or the record. Yeah.
Cool. Huh.
Unfortunately, the reproducer is what makes a sound, and
Yeah.
need to find another.
Yeah. Cool. Where did you get this?
Gentleman brought it in out of
Yeah.
an estate. Yeah.
So that happens a lot. I mean, since we've been here filming, 2 people have come in with things that they wanted to sell.
Right.
So you must get the word out there that you're a dealer. And you'll
I
put
do a
these
lot of
things out there.
advertising. Yeah.
Yeah. I was in here not very long ago, and you had a carousel find. It's
Yes.
gone. It's gone. I knew it wasn't going to be
I
here when we
know.
filmed, but tell us a little bit about that.
It was an ostrich.
Yeah.
And it was off a carousel.
Yeah.
Probably early 1900s. It was in wonderful shape. It was a great find. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the reason I asked you about something that's not even in the shop is because you're known for buying unusual things. You have this eye for buying unique,
I like unique,
things. You
yeah.
don't buy anything all the time. For instance, you have a Lunchbox Collection.
Right.
We have some of it here.
Yeah.
How many lunchboxes total do you have?
Originally, I had probably 200.
Yeah. 200 lunchboxes.
200 lunchboxes that came out
Okay.
of one estate. I bought a complete estate from one person, and
Yeah.
all the lunchboxes were in that one estate. A man in Greenfield had collected them for years.
I see King Kong.
King Kong, yeah.
What's the deal with King Kong?
King
there?
Kong is kind of creepy. He's standing on the Twin Towers with an airplane in his hand, which is kind of gives me the chills every time I look at that one.
And he's on the second shelf up,
Yep.
4th or 5th from the left.
Yep.
What else is a favorite over here?
Hee-Haw's a big up top.
Hee-Haw, 3rd from the
Yeah.
right on the top shelf.
I actually had 2 or 3 of those. I sold a few on eBay. Star Wars is a favorite of still a lot of people. Of course, Mickey Mouse is.
Hey, there's the Archies.
The Archies, yeah.
Archies. I used to watch the Archies. Down on the
Archies,
bottom
yeah,
left.
yeah.
That's great.
Yep,
What else? Oh, Pac-Man, I see.
yep. Cabbage Patch Kids.
Where is the Cabbage Patch Kids?
Right next to King Kong on the left.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, next
Yep.
to Pac-Man. In between Pac-Man and the King Kong are the Cabbage
Yep.
Patch Kids.
The Globetrotters to the right of King Kong.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
Yep.
Are these arranged in any specific order?
No, just put them up there. I had, like I said, I had a lot more. Some even had the thermoses. I had some of the really older ones, like Bonanza and
Bonanza.
Roy Rogers. Some of the earlier ones. Yeah.
Favorite lunchbox ever?
My favorite.
Yep.
My favorite would be the Beatles, but I don't have it
Oh.
because
It could come your way now. Somebody could come in
Yeah.
here and say, I want to sell a Beatles lunchbox.
it's about a $3,000 lunchbox.
Would you buy it?
Yes.
There you go. There you have it. Exactly.
So this is an original Edison, probably from the early 1900s. It's completely crank driven, wind up,
Crank driven. Human crank driven.
human, no electricity,
Does it
no
work?
nothing. It works fine, yeah.
And it has, wait, what's the record on there?
It's Can't Fool an Old Horse Fly.
Can't fool an old horse fly.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Sometimes once Lincoln he did say, but I will never forget the words that I heard my old dad say. Oh, you can't fool an old horse fly. Oh, you can't fool an old horse fly. Now you won't find feathers on the bones.
The sound is just great.
Oh.
Lay your heart
You can't reproduce it.
It's an amazing
Never in July. Oh, you can't fool an old horse fly. Hey, Si, lend me $5, will you? I can't hear very well. Tell me in the other ear, will you? I say loan me $10. Oh, come on back over to the $5 ear.
Cute.
Get out
Cute
of
stuff.
here.
It's so pretty. Well, can you take that record out so we can see
Yeah.
it? This record
It's
is,
amazing.
I mean, it's a 1/3 of an inch thick.
Yeah.
So the inventory in your store always changes.
Always changes every day.
Tell me, before we're out of time, we've got about 5 minutes left maybe, but tell me some of the things that you've just brought in because you're heavy in inventory again, right? In a good way. You're always
in a
heavy
good
in
way.
inventory.
Yeah, the good stuff never lasts.
Right.
Usually, I have a list of people I call.
Yep.
Let's say I get military stuff in. I have 5 or 6 guys that collect military stuff. I call them, they come in, the next day it's usually gone.
Wow.
I got some interesting stuff in the other day. I went to a house call in, the gentleman was an eye doctor from
Yeah. From the
and
area,
he had paintings from the American Optical Company, and they look just like
Oh, Rockwell's? They look
Norman
like
Rockwell
Rockwell's, yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
They were actually, in the painting, they're trying to sell the glasses, and there's 4 of them, and they're just wonderful. They're from the 1940s, and they're just in amazing condition. But they're so neat the way they've got the old offices, like in the post office. He's setting up, selling eyeglasses.
And what kind of painting medium are they? Oil, do you think? Or?
They're a print. They're an oil print.
Huh.
They're actually an oil over print, which is, I haven't seen many of that type of paintings.
That's
before.
interesting.
Yeah.
That was one thing that we didn't talk about in your shop. You do buy artwork.
Yep.
There's certain pieces of art.
I buy anything.
You buy
Anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah. Any type of antiques, any type of artwork. I like artwork. Yeah. I've had some good artwork. I did have a couple Magnettis. One of them just sold the other day. That's Magnettis are very collectible.
Yes, very collectible.
Yeah, in this area.
How did you gain your knowledge of antiques? I think you told me once when you started you didn't
hit and
didn't
miss.
really have that, right? Yeah?
Hit and miss. When I started the store, I was basically going to do coins, but the store was so big, there was nothing in the store, and the store was so big I had to fill it. So I advertised buying antiques, and it's gone from there. Do a lot of research. It takes a lot of time on the computer. Day and night doing research on stuff.
I bet. How long have you been doing this?
3 years. Well, over 3 years now.
Yeah. And
the
really,
antiques,
really actively.
The coins.
Yeah, the
a long
coins.
time.
How long's long?
I started probably around 1980, the late 80s.
Okay. Yeah. What changes do you see coming up in the store in the near future? Do you think you'll expand more? Do you think you'll change what inventory comes in? Are you happy where you're at?
I think it's. I'd love to have a bigger store.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen. I think that the inventory changes enough to where it's good.
Yeah.
Because I get a lot of, and I like unusual stuff. I love anything unusual.
I remember the carousel swan.
Ostrich.
Ostrich. It was an ostrich.
Yeah, it was a carousel ostrich.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that didn't last long.
No.
That was in and out.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 weeks, I think I had it at the most.
And I think when we were in there that day, there were professional dealers calling you and asking,
Right.
did you have things? I mean, amateurs are welcome, so are professionals, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I have a lot of dealers come in from Brimfield, and I wholesale a lot of stuff out of my store.
Yep.
I like to move stuff, so it's a good way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah.
If people want to get in touch with you, where can they find you? You're on Avenue A in Turner's, right?
Avenue A, 115 Avenue A, in between the pizza place and Pepioni's. And they can find me on the website, Gary's Coins and Antiques, Turners Falls.
Yeah.
Or
At breakfast at the Shady Glen.
at breakfast at the Shady Glen.
Is there a
every
phone number
morning. Yeah, there's
that
a
you'd
phone
like to
number, 413-834-4615.
I love it when we get to go out on location shoots, and Gary's Coins and Antiques was really fun to do. But there was a clock that I fell in like with, and I had to tell myself the same sort of advice that I give to my clients, which is when you're tempted to make an impulse buy, put it in your cart and give it a ride. Now, there's not a cart at Gary's Coins and Antiques to give it a ride in, but I love that Gary didn't pressure me into buying it. Instead, he told me all the details I needed to know about the clock. I never would have gotten that in a big box store for sure. And I was allowed to leave the shop, think about it, and make the decision at my leisure. Turns out that in the end, I really did love the clock. And now it sits at home on my mantelpiece. .com and I, my cat, we enjoy it every time it bongs. And it's really a memory that we were able to bring home. We always bring back memories from location shoots, but they're usually intangible. This one I have a story about every time someone comes to my home. So I really want to thank Gary Konvelski for having a good eye in buying this clock, putting it in his shop, and for teaching me about it. So in the end, I wouldn't have left the store with the impulse buy, but I love that I was allowed the time to go away, think about the clock, let it sort of marinate in my mind, and decide that, yes, in fact, I really wanted the clock. So now it lives on our mantelpiece, and that would be .com, my cat, and our mantelpiece. So I'd like to thank Gary Konvalski for inviting us into his shop right on Avenue A in Turners Falls and letting us wander around at our leisure and film anything we wanted. We had a great time there, and I hope that you'll check it out and you'll enjoy your experience as much as we did. Until our next chat, .com and I are going to remind you to keep it positive.
Underwriting for the Money Doctor Show is provided by Dr. Glenn Brooks at the office of Glenn Brooks and Spa on the Green, 413-565-4400, drglennbrooks.com. Video Broadcast Services, complete marketing services for your business, 480-200-4222, videobroadcastservices.com. Richard Wiedegartner, LMT, Neuromuscular Massage Therapy. For pain relief, call 413-773-5775. rwmassagetherapy.com. Magic Wings Butterfly Conservatory. 4,000 butterflies flying year-round. 413-665-2805. magicwings.com.
There's a better life if I could be debt-free, but all my money is a mystery. I was feeling overwhelmed and it was wearing thin when I knocked on the door and heard the doctor's in. Oh, the doctor's in, the doctor's in. She got the right prescription to help you win. Oh, the doctor's in, the money doctor's in.